to Savitha Dental College lecture cast in dental implantology. Today our class is about the implant failure. So implant failure can occur in two stages. One is the surgical complication, the other is the prosthetic complication. In surgical complication we have infection, over-preparation and overeating of the bone, damage to the adjacent structure and bone dehiscence. What is infection? The bacterial infection that leads to implant failure can occur at any time during the implant placement. There are several terms indicating this infection. One is peri-implant disease, peri-implant mucositis and peri-implantitis. These mucositis or the hyperplastic mucositis and mucosal abscess seems mainly to have an infectious etiology. Hyperplastic mucositis is associated with loose prosthetic components and abscess can be seen when food particles are trapped in peri-implant disease. The next is over-preparation, overheating. The failure of an implant occurring within 3 months of insertion due to overheating of a bone at a temperature of 47 degrees for a minute. The use of sharp drills at a low rotation can be employed to reduce the heat generation. Some studies have concluded that if temperature or duration increases while drilling in bone, necrosis can occur which causes detrimental effect for osseointegration. To reduce frictional high-speed handpiece and an up and down motion technique of the bone preparation and corpus irrigation can be used. The next is the bone dehiscence, that is where the bone coverage is missing. There are two terms which you have to remember. One is the fenestration and other is the dehiscence. The isolated area in which the root or implant is denuded of bone, where only the periosteum and gingival is there, with the marginal bone is intact, is fenestration. Whereas dehiscence is the marginal bone where the defect is present. Placement of an implant with adequate size in the ridge with compromised buccolingual ridge dimension may result in bone dehiscence. Damage to the adjacent structure occurs by inadvertent drilling into the nerve bundle leading to paresthesia. It can be prevented by proper preoperative planning by the radiographic technique. Next, let's come on to the prosthetic complication, that is the screw loosening and screw fracture. Just have a look at these pictures. Screw loosening has been reported to occur very frequently, that is around 6% to 49% of cases at the first annual checkup. Newer abutment designs and improved abutment screws allow for an increased clamping force to be achieved without excessive torque levels, which has helped to reduce the rate of screw loosening. Abutments or process screw loosening is often corrected by retightening the screw. Over time, however, the screws become fatigued and eventually fracture. This problem is evident to the patient with the loose single crown. The next is the framework fit and fracture. Passive fit is one of the most significant prerequisites for maintenance of a bone implant interference. In order to get a passive fit, framework should theoretically induce absolute zero stress or strain on supporting implant components and surrounding bone in the absence of an applied external load. Prosthetic components such as screw loosening and fracture, abutment screw fracture, framework fracture is mostly due to the improper framework fit. And the next is the acrylic and ceramic chipping fracture. These usually occurs when there is improper distribution of the occlusion load. This can be corrected by giving a proper implant supported or an implant supported occlusion. The next is decementation. Usually these failures occurs in the cement retain. So proper cementation, isolation is the key factor for this. Next, now let's move on to maintenance of dental implants. Infection control not only lies at the heart of the peri-implant treatment. With regular evaluation, plaque and calculus removal and patient commitment is more important for an implant long life. As we all know, clinical inspection for signs of inflammation, exudate, mobility, increased sulcus depth and occlusal trauma are very important while evaluating the status of the dental implant. Plaque biofilm, bleeding index, probing depth and crested bone loss are the 4 factors which has to come in mind when looking for the maintenance of a dental implant. And these are few pictures which you can have a look at it. The first picture shows about the peri-implantitis and the bleeding index, where we have an index which states as 0 is no bleeding and 1 is bleeding, which indicates an infection or an inflammation. And the probing depth and the crested bone loss. The patient commitment is important while maintaining the personal hygiene. So personal hygiene must take place before, during and after placement of the dental implants. Prescription of the chlorhexidine rinses should be used regularly. Whether the patient is using oral irrigator, interdental brush or dental floss, they should be well educated on the products that will help them maintain a healthy and stable environment. Recall visits, there are protocol. In NICE guidelines, it is National Institute of Clinical Excellence, they say the dental recall should be done every 3 months for a high-risk patient. These implant cases come under a high risk. A 3-month maintenance schedule should be implemented during the first year after the implant is restored. Radiographs are taken every 12 to 18 months for any signs of cement, calculus or interference with stability and osseointegrator of the implant. In conclusion, the critical factors for longevity of an implant are maintenance by a professional and patient, understanding of importance of keeping an infection-free environment. Implants are an investment and should result in a healthy and a happy patient. These are the implant quality scale, where the group 1 is the success, which has an optimal health, group 2 is survival, which has a satisfactory health, and group 3 is survival, which has a compromised health, and group 4 is a failure, which is clinical or an absolute failure. By saying this, I conclude the class. Thank you.